Alright, welcome back everyone. We are working on the power setup inside of our electrical house in Revit. And from the first session I haven't done anything offline, so I am ready to come back and pick up exactly where we left off. So let's do that. I was back here on the Manage tab under MEP settings, and I'm going to go to my electrical settings. And now under wiring, right, it's kind of Revit's nice because it left that selected. So I have my wiring settings. And this hot wire tick mark now, when I click over here on the right, you can see that it is populated with those two families that were loaded. So I want my hot wire to be short. I want my ground wire to be long. And I want my neutral wire to be short. So I'm good with that. And I'm going to click OK. And so that gives us both power coming into the house, distribution throughout the house, and gives us annotation inside of our drawing sheets when we get to that point. All right, so at this point, we are ready to kind of do a little bit of a trial. We've got one more thing to set up and then see if we can create some kind of circuit and see if it works correctly. And then we'll move to a step of bringing in our panel schedule. Okay, so in my file, I need to draw a wall here kind of quickly so that I actually have something to put my panel into. So I have that now. And so I'm going to click Systems and place that circuit panel that we inserted into our files in the previous session. So this circuit panel is going to be under Electrical Equipment, and I have my circuit panel family. And it is very common inside the Treasure Valley to bring in either 150 or 200 amps into a house. And so I'm going to create a circuit panel here that's capable of 225 amps. So I have that now. And I'm in the midst of placing it. And notice, of course, I can't place it until I'm doing what? Hovering in a wall. So these circuit panels are a component. And the default is to place them on a vertical face. So in this particular case, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So I click here, and before I do, I guess you can see the preview that is recessed back into the wall. And that's what I'm looking for. So I'll click OK, hit escape a couple times, and I'm going to need to put some properties into this circuit panel so that it can receive that distributed power and be able to function down to lights and switches. So I have my circuit panel selected, and if I look at this thing, I can see that I have 12 circuit breakers. I'm going to leave it exactly where it's at right now because it may, because that's the standard, and it may require more later. I kind of think it will, but we can come back at any time and simply click into this box and either increase, right, or not like we would want to, but we could decrease as well, the number of circuits that are available inside this circuit panel. Okay, so notice when I click into the distribution system, I have this 208 system, and that's what I'm looking for. So we have everything set up correctly. For 208 volts, there's going to be 4 wires, 3 phases, and I'm happy with everything that's here, I believe. So what I'm going to do at this point to test this out is I'm going to put a couple outlets in my wall and then create a circuit, and let's see how this works. So I'm going to come to a device under my system tab and put in an electrical fixture. And over here, right, this is the duplex that I loaded, this, not switch, I think maybe I mentioned the word switch, sorry, outlet. So I'm going to place some standard outlets along this wall. And by the way, I'm just kind of looking down. I get the drafted symbol for this outlet. We've covered that a little bit in our component placement topics. Of course, notice that my view resolution is coarse. I'm going to change that to medium. Don't know why, but I'm just going to be consistent. So I now have 3 outlets, and hit escape up a couple times. I'm going to pick an outlet, and I'm going to hook this outlet up to power. And so when I do that, I have a panel to choose from, right? Of course, I only have one, but I have this panel to choose from, and I'm going to select that panel, and I get a circuit. So I'm going to edit this circuit and add some items to it. All right, I'm going to add these 2 additional outlets. Click OK, and hover and press Tab, and there's that circuit. So I am going to, that I think kind of looks okay. I'm going to say, let's go ahead and add the wiring. And I have wiring. So one of the things that in circuits is I'm going to kind of see if I can drag this. Oh, there it is, right? Drag this a little bit. When it comes to pointing to the circuit panel, it's kind of hard because my outlet's so close, but I don't really necessarily have to bring that arrow down to the circuit panel. In fact, if you look on the PDF file, if I have a set of lights over in a different room, basically I'm simply taking this short wire and pointing it in the general direction of the circuit panel. Okay, so we now have a circuit. We have a circuit panel, so we should be able to schedule this information. So we're going to do that, and we will pick this up in the next session of how to add a panel schedule into this architectural file. Again, hope this is helpful, and we'll see you in the next session.